I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and we're back with a quick video. It's gonna be super quick, guys. I just wanted to come on here because I saw today that YouTube, hey guys, y'all had a change of heart? What's going on? So we're going to talk about their new policy and how it has affected your girl here personally. And, and we're going to talk about the topic that has been banned from YouTube for the past 2 years, guys. We're going to get into some dangerous territory. Ooh, are you ready? If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Like the video, give it a comment, whatever you can do to help me out. I very much appreciate that. And if you are not new and you're returning, thank you for being a friend, guys. You have been here through the thick of it with me, through my rate education, and I just thank you so much, guys. I really truly do. So let's get into it, y'all. I'm gonna broach this topic very apprehensively, even though I did do my due diligence and double checked it. It was on the YouTube blog post itself, guys. So we're going to start there. We're going to read over what it is that YouTube's going to allow us to say about this topic. And then we're going to tread carefully into this water and talk about the scary 2020 election, guys. And I want to know your thoughts about it. Do y'all think everything was above board with the 2020 election? I want to hear your thoughts. So let's get into it without further ado. And I want to start here. Like I said, the YouTube blog itself, guys. Let's get it from the mouth of the, let's get it straight from the horse's mouth. So inside YouTube, the place that nobody wants to really go, but here we are. An update on our approach to U.S. election misinformation, guys. Today we are announcing a new set of updates on YouTube to address and protect our community, providing a home for open discussion and debate during the ongoing election season. How kind of you, YouTube. I mean, my goodness, just, you guys never cease to amaze me with all of your allowances to the people who use this platform. You guys are very, very kind overlords, and we thank you for that. When we craft our policies, we always keep two goals in mind. Protecting our community and providing a home for open discussion and debate. Unless you want to discuss things that they don't want you to talk about, and unless you are part of a community that they don't like, then they will censor you and they will hang you out to dry and kick you right off their platform. So I don't feel very protected or, openly able to discuss things. But okay, YouTube, go off, sis. These goals are sometimes in tension with each other, and there's perhaps no area where striking a balance is more complex than political speech. The ability to openly debate political ideas, even those that are controversial or based on disproven assumptions, is core to a functioning democratic society, especially in the midst of election season. Well, I'm glad you're finally coming to your senses. I guess you guys had to go to your own re-education camp. So, I mean, that's I hate to see it, but also at the same time, yeah, okay, thanks. Anywho, we continue. We first instituted a provision of our election misinformation policy focused on the integrity of past U.S. presidential elections in December 2020, once the state's safe harbor date for certification had passed. 2 years, tens of thousands of video removals, mine included, guys. Just to remind you, 3, okay? Count them. 1, 2, 3 of my videos were taken down. I received strikes for these videos. Some of them, not all of them, but I did receive at least one strike. Let me see. Actually, I can tell y'all right now. So this one, I had a warning. Okay, so I had a warning on November 21st for this utter corruption video about FTX, and I just basically mentioned my thoughts on the 2020 election, and I got a warning there. And then I was given another strike that actually expired, so it's not showing it on this page here. Also having to do with the election and my thoughts on that. This other one that you see right above this is where I spoke on Balenciaga and their Sick and Demonic campaign, where they included kids in very compromising situations. And because I was condemning and speaking on that situation, I was accused of violating child safety. Okay, me. So, yeah, that's YouTube. So let's go on to continue reading this article. Okie dokie. And might I add, I just want to share this video before we go on. So this was done, this policy was instituted in after the 2020 election, right, guys? So, but they have been saying about elections being rigged for years. For years, guys. Let's never forget how many people were saying that the 2016 election was stolen from Hillary Clinton. Hillary, okay? Let's go back in time and revisit.
Virginia just stopped using touchscreen computer voting because it's so vulnerable.
Right.
We need to look at all the voting machines. Every Secretary of State needs to be, assisted in making sure that they are not being hacked and attacked.
I continue to think that our voting machines are too vulnerable.
Researchers have repeatedly demonstrated that ballot recording machines and other voting systems are susceptible to tampering.
Even hackers with limited prior knowledge, tools, and resources are able to breach voting machines in a matter of minutes.
In 2018, electronic voting machines in Georgia and Texas deleted votes for certain candidates or switched votes from one candidate to another.
The biggest seller of voting machines is doing something that violates Cybersecurity 101, directing that you install remote access software, which would make a machine like that, a magnet for fraudsters and hackers.
These voting machines can be hacked quite easily.
You could easily hack into them. It makes it seem like all these states are doing different things, but in fact 3 companies are controlling this.
It is the individual voting machines that pose some of the greatest risks.
There are a lot of states that are dealing with antiquated machines, right, which are vulnerable to being hacked.
Workers were able to easily hack into an electronic voting machine. It was possible to switch votes.
43% of American voters use voting machines that researchers have found have serious security flaws, including backdoors.
We know how vulnerable now our systems were. I know the hackathon that took place last year, where virtually every machine was broken into fairly quickly.
I actually held a demonstration for my colleagues here at the Capitol, where we brought in folks who, before our eyes, hacked election machines. Those that are being used in many states.
Aging systems also frequently rely on unsupported software like Windows XP in 2000, which may not receive regular security patches and are thus more vulnerable to the latest methods of cyber attack.
In a close presidential election, they just need to hack one swing state, or maybe 1 or 2, or maybe just a few counties in one swing state.
So, I mean, it's so ridiculous, and it's so, these people, they are deranged, because I could pull up a video of all of these people shrieking, like crying, utterly in shambles, years, like 2 years later. Like, some of them are speaking in 2016, some of these videos are 2018. They're all from, like, in recent years, talking about how voting machines can be rigged, voting machines can be hacked, votes can be switched within these machines, and Dominion's doing this, and I don't know if they named Dominion specifically. And let's not forget, Fox News just settled a lawsuit for $750 million for saying all of what these Democrats are saying. And then 2 years later, they do a complete 180 and just want to turn around on their heel and say, what are you, crazy? You're talking about machines being hacked Like, it takes my breath away, honestly. It really does. It's so, I mean, I have whiplash from all of this backpedaling, all of this hypocrisy. It's truly disgusting. And, you know, if you don't take note of this and understand these people are lying to your face. They don't believe anything that they say. I cannot just write it off to they're just stupid. I can't, because there's no way that they're all this dumb, okay? It's a concerted effort. It's deliberate. It is malicious. So, and also, Trump has been blowing the whistle on this also for years,
Mr. Trump,
okay?
I want to ask you about
Let's see, this is the third presidential debate with this one right here. This sunshine woman, killer, whatever. Back in 2016, okay, 6 years ago. Let's see what he had to say.
one last question in this topic. You have been warning at rallies recently that this election is rigged and that Hillary Clinton is in the process of trying to steal it from you.
Facts.
Your running mate, Governor Pence, pledged on Sunday that he and you, his words, will absolutely accept the result of this election.
Well, you know what? Pence is a little peon. He's second in charge. Pence is Donald Trump's bitch, okay? He can't pledge anything for the Orange Man. The Orange Man is the president. Pence was the vice president. So I don't even know what kind of stupid question that was. Well, Mike Pence, your vice president, said that you guys would concede. But no, why are you even asking him that? He doesn't have a say in it. Stupid.
Today, your daughter Ivanka said the same thing. I want to ask you here on the stage tonight, do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time. What I've seen is so bad. First of all, the media is so dishonest and so corrupt, and the pylon is so amazing. The New York Times actually wrote an article about it that they don't even care. It's so dishonest, and they've poisoned the minds of the voters. But unfortunately for them, I think the voters are seeing through it. I think they're going to see through it. We'll find out or no.
Isn't this, I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing, okay? So we can go from Donald Trump blowing the whistle, look at her evil face, saying that he had concerns about election rigging back in 2015, you know, saying that he thought that Hillary Clinton was in the process of trying to steal the election, which she was. They just, you know, they basically misjudged the popularity of Trump. They totally miscalculated the American people and just how unliked Hillary Clinton was. Just how much people had utter disdain for that evil, disgusting woman. And people turned up in droves for President Trump's message. They underestimated it, and that's where they fucked up. But they did try. And they pushed Bernie Sanders out. They rigged the Democratic convention and really, like, cheated Bernie Sanders 2 times out of being the nominee, okay? So then she's like laughing, she's scoffing at this because she thinks she has it in the bag. She thinks that they're currently in the process. And let's not forget, guys, let's not forget the dossier. Let's not forget Hillary Clinton at this moment, at this very moment where she's looking at him like the evil witch that she is, that she was in the process of paying people to perpetuate the Russia hoax, okay? Let's never forget that. So she was rigging it on multiple fronts, or trying to, and she's laughing. She's thinking, you know, that she's got it in the bag. So, of course, she's going to sit here and act like, oh, Donald Trump's ridiculous. There's no such thing as election rigging. Well, she changed her tune real quick, guys. Just, you know, a short time later. So let's listen to Hillary, her message after 2020, you know, she had some words about the 2022 election.
I know we're all focused on the 2022 midterm elections, and they are incredibly important.
Hey, what you do with those borders?
But we also have to look ahead.
What? Why you got
Because you know
ballots?
what? Our opponents certainly are.
Hello?
Right-wing extremists already have a plan
Hey, why are
to
those cases
literally
under the table?
steal the next presidential election.
Huh?
And they're not making a secret of it.
Oh, really?
The right-wing controlled Supreme Court may be poised to rule on giving state legislatures, yes, you heard me that correctly, state legislatures the power to overturn presidential elections. Just think, if that happens, the 2024 presidential election could be decided not by the popular vote or even by the anachronistic electoral college, but by state legislatures. I know we're all
state legislators, guys. State legislators. That's right. You heard me that. You heard me that. According, that's a direct quote from Hillary. You heard me that. So, isn't it funny? Isn't it just so ironic? Serendipitous in a way. How these people can just sit here, and the way that she was scoffing in his face when he was talking about rigging of elections, and yet here you are, bitch, doing the exact same thing. When it doesn't work for you, you're fine with advancing narratives about stolen elections and Republicans rigging elections and all of this nonsense. This has been going on for years, guys. Let's not pretend. I have a video coming out that's going to be about Lyndon Johnson, and there's it's a well-known fact that one of his elections was he stole it. Like there was fraud. There's been fraud since people have been alive and doing elections. Okay, guys, it's just we're humans. We are corrupted people. We are fallen people who have many faults and who have interests of our own, and we seek to advance those. Okay, the point is to try to stop all of the fraud that we can, where we can, and to try to advance a society where people are morally good and not corrupt or bankrupt, morally bankrupt, so that way we don't have as much of this. But when we have people like Hillary Clinton who get to speak in public still, when they're all of the crimes that she has committed, this utter thug and criminal, then I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty grim as far as a morally just and not morally bankrupt society goes. So let's just finish this article and then we'll jump on out of here, guys. So let's see, where did we leave off? So 2 years, tens of thousands of video removals. Yeah. And one election cycle later, we recognized it was time to reevaluate the effects of this policy in today's changed landscape. Okay, they re-educated people, so I guess you guys can have your little misinformation videos back. Here you go. Even though some of you guys' channels have been nuked for good. Some people were permanently removed off of YouTube. I could have easily been one of those people. Thank God I wasn't. So let's see. In the current environment, we find that while removing this content does curb some misinformation, it could also have the unintended effect of curtailing political speech without meaningfully reducing the risk of violence or other real-world harm. You don't say. You don't say that, censoring people actually radicalizes people in the other direction. You don't say that. This is my first time hearing this. You're telling me this for the first time. Weird. With that in mind, and with the 2024 campaigns well underway, we will stop removing content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches occurred in the 2020 and other past U.S. presidential elections. This goes into effect today, Friday, June 2nd. As with any update to our policies, we carefully deliberated this change. Okay, great. So I will post this article in the description if you guys want to read the full thing. I just want to end on this note. We know citizens take the integrity of the democratic process incredibly seriously, and so do we. We'll remain vigilant as the election unfolds, as we did in 2020 and again in 2022. Yeah, I don't feel very reassured. So, but that's the case. This is what YouTube is saying. Like I said, straight from the horse's mouth, guys. You heard it here first. And what do you guys think about 2020? Was there any funny business going on? Obviously, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I've just read all of their policies, and I think I'm in my rights in saying this, that Donald Trump won the election. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, I'm not trying to mislead anybody or tell anybody, whether or not they can vote, whether or not they can't vote, whether or not whatever. I'm not misleading anybody. It's my own personal opinion that Joe Biden is illegitimate and he's a utter right-hard. Okay, guys, that's just my thoughts, and I want to know what yours are. I really, truly, and honestly do, and I would love if you would leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Like this video also if you liked it, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys, if you want more content like this, and I will be getting to some other topics as well. So just join me, guys. I would very much appreciate that if you did. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye. Donald Trump won.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.